You can make a contact form with Angular in the Jamstack with Netlify Forms? Why, yes, you can, and here's how. Today we're going to be making a form that is actually pre-rendered, and then we use JavaScript Netlify functions to grab that data. So first we're going to use ngGenerate to make a component to hold our contact form, naming it contact form and using module app.module. Next we'll open our code editor to go ahead and create the template for the form that we're making to make contact. So inside of the contact form component HTML file, we're actually going to make a div here that has the class of contact, and we'll put a little message of "we can't wait to hear from you," and have a div with class form box, and then add our form in here. So we'll name it contact form, the class will be contact form, the method will be post, and then we want to add this data Netlify true so Netlify knows where to find the form. We're also going to add a sneaky little input here of type hidden, and we're going to name it form name and give it the value of contact form, which is the name that we named it in that top form attributes. So that has to match the name. Value, contact form, up above, form name, contact form has to be the same. We're also adding here all the things that you may be familiar with if you've ever made a form. And this is all of the labels, all of the inputs, and we'll kind of fast forward through this, but just remember that you can always slow down the video or pause the video once we have everything typed out here if you would like to copy it for yourself. Finally, we will add our button type submit. There we go. And have it say submit. So you see a lot of redundancy in this form, but redundancy is good here. Let me go ahead and make sure that I have this spaced out correctly, formatted correctly. And now we can head into the contact form component to see that this is the selector app-contact-form, and we're going to add it to our main app.component.html right under our navigation component. So we have all of the things that we need for our contact form component. So with our Git workflow, we're going to add all of these new files, commit them, and push them up to our repo. And again, this will trigger a build, so we can go to Netlify Open and look at our project dashboard. Yep, build triggered, hooray. And we can actually go to our site by clicking the link, and hey, look, there's a form there. So we'll start populating this form with some information and hit submit, which will bring us to the default Netlify submission successful page. We can go back to our site if we want to fill out even more forms. Or we could go to our project dashboard, go to the forms, and we can see there's one form collecting data, which is good because that's what we made. And then under the forms dashboard, we can see all these submissions. So there are a lot of things that you could do once you have these submissions. And if you go to your forms settings, you can actually look at different form notifications that you could set up, like webhooks, notifications, and Slack integration. So hey, you have a form. Congratulations!